So when it's too cold to pan outside or too dark, it's never really too dark to pan. Here's a basic bowl, little screen, got about a tablespoon of concentrates. So that's been running on the sluice for a while. Got it nice and clean. And I got most of the big rocks out. Make sure you get it all out of there. Alright, check. Make sure you don't got big pieces of gold just hanging out. And then, I like to add a drop or two of Jet Dry or Dawn. They're really good. Alright, so the key is settling all that down. A little less water. It's liquefaction. You're moving the soil around so that the heavier material is settling to the bottom. And you just follow that around the pan. I recommend that you become proficient with a pan before you go spending a lot of money on equipment. You don't really need the equipment if you can't find basic gold. Alright, so a gentle rocking motion. We keep patting the pan to settle it. Every once in a while I'll slap the side of the pan and that settles her down. A nice slow motion, don't rush. All the heavier material is going to start to wash away and you're left with your black sands, your magnetite, your garnets. Alright, once most of that garbage is washed away, you can settle the gold back into the top of the pan. And I like to work with a little bit of an incline on my surface, so when I can rest the pan on just the edge and make sure it's settled, and then I start a small circular motion like just take a small amount to the center of the pan. There should be a little circle. And occasionally, as you separate the heavier materials, push that garbage off to the back. Tap your pan, resettle. And then continue your swirl. Nice and slow. And I'll run through this another time a little bit more aggressively to get it out. But there was a lot of gold popping up on the sluice when I was doing this, so I know there's gold in there. Now I'm not sure if hot water makes gold more likely to float or not, but that's what I've heard, so I do use cold water. Another drop of Jet Dry. You can reuse the same water over and over, but just for the sake of filming, there it goes. You see the gold starting to pop up, so I settle it again. Get it tucked underneath the soil so it doesn't wash away. And then Get everything to the bottom of my pan. Get rid of it. You don't need much water. A couple cups, you're good to go. And there's jet dry already in there. Shake it, liquefaction, and start the nice, slow and gentle. Now you can start to see the gold in there. And you know you got color. That's good. Settle it back down. Tuck it in. You can move the big rocks out of the way. Move them slow so you can make sure you're not pulling your gold out too. Some of the flour gold escapes. But I can catch that on the second run when I run it through the blue bowl or when I pan it again, and I'm not really worried about that as much. Move that out of the way, suck it in. Alright, I'm going to settle that, and I'm going to give this one last rinse here so we can get nice clean gold for our jar. Make sure you put it in something else. Don't run it down the sink. You don't need to plug up your sink. Alright, that's a big rock right there. Get that out of the way. Alright, settle it down. Tap, 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 tap. And you can see some of the bigger chunks float away. Just tuck them back in there. There we go. That's some good looking gold. And that's how you pan.